do some readings, and Duff will talk about the subconscious mind. If you have some questions, we just got a really cool question about something with the subconscious mind, so we'll be answering that. But we want to tell you that coming up, we're still going to have our law enforcement person on to still work with karmic profiling and profiling with police, and we just had a great idea. And it was really Mr. McMahon that had a great idea. He said something about children. We thought, well, maybe we should see if we could get a crystal child on to interview.
Yeah, to talk about what their thoughts of death and dying are, because of how we talk to kids or don't talk to kids about death and dying. And we're probably going to be coming up with a show about PTSD and how to help with that. So a lot of things planning out. It's
and
wonderful.
We have Alana Bleeman coming again, who is a physician's assistant, who is a genius in so many ways.
Yeah.
And she has a special guest that she's going to bring with her. So we'll be letting you know when that show is coming up. So to call us tonight, it's 602-875-0444. Do we have someone on the line?
Angel.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I've been better. How are you doing?
Well, good, but I'm sorry you've been better because you're always so cheery and have the most beautiful smile of anyone I know. What's going on?
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, my husband and I decided to do IVF. We were going to try one more time. And everything went really smooth. I ended up getting pregnant with twins. One of them kind of fizzled out pretty quickly in between like the 4 and 5 week mark. And the other one ended up being a very rare, less than 1% of all pregnancies. It was a corneal ectopic pregnancy, which means that it's up in the top corner of the uterus by the fallopian tube. And it can be very fatal for the mom because it is in the uterus, and it gets to a point where it gets too big, and it's not if, but when it will rupture the uterus. We got a second opinion, and the baby had actually started producing a blood supply outside of my uterus. So they were very concerned about that. They ended up doing the surgery on Friday to prevent the rupture because they were so concerned about bleeding out. So they ended up doing the surgery. I had to do this gel in my femoral artery to prevent bleeding. And I ended up losing my fallopian tube. So my question for you is, kind of with that nice long drawn out story, is I'm crazy enough to want to try it again, and I wanted to see what Spirit is trying to tell me about that.
You know, honey, I have often seen another pregnancy for you, and that was maybe 3 pregnancies ago, correct?
4 pregnancies ago.
I'm sorry. If you tried one more time, I think you'd get pregnant again. And I'm hearing the word. I'm looking, honey. I'm looking hard because I don't want you to get, have any health issues over it. So I'm looking hard. So just give me a minute. I want to make sure I'm getting it.
Okay.
But I'm trying not to hear this, but I'm hearing it anyways. I'm hearing the word miracle, and so I think it's possible that you would have a miracle and get pregnant and have a baby. I'm reluctant to tell you that because I don't want to be karmically responsible for you doing that and having another problem. So I'm double checking what I'm hearing to make sure that it's not that I'm just picking up something for you. But I double check times, and that's what I'm hearing. But what I also get from this, honey, is if you do this again and it does not take, that has to be the final sign from the universe that then it's time to adopt or do something else, which, by the way, may happen after a baby anyway.
We've actually talked about that, about adopting even if I do a home.
Yeah, I think that may happen anyway. And have you any objection to not having a child within the confines of your race? Because I think I see a child that may be not Caucasian.
I'm completely open.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I think I'm seeing you adopt a non-Caucasian child who will be a delightful little being. So I'm going to say, I hear the word miracle. Angel, you know how I feel about you and your family, and you know that if I was counseling you, and darn it, girl, you did this on a reading night just to grab at me, now, instead of coming in for a counseling appointment, because you know, as a counselor, I would be saying to you, I don't want you to do that, la, 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 la. You got beautiful kids, yeah, la, 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 la. But you did it to me as a clairvoyant, and as a clairvoyant, I have to say to you, I hear miracle. So you try one more time. There could be a miracle, and you may be able to carry this one. But I definitely see a non-Caucasian child in your family. Okay?
Okay.
So you got to promise me, girl, that if this one ends up not taking, that you're done trying, because you know that's pretty dangerous stuff that you just went through, right?
Very dangerous, and you lost your kids.
It is. It is something that I did not want to admit to myself. It wasn't until afterwards, some of the comments. As far as like, oh, I'm so glad that, we didn't need that blood transfusion. We had it set aside. Or, and the nurse at the fertility place I went to even made the comment. She's like, I am so happy you lived through this. And so I don't think I put enough emphasis.
Yeah, so it makes me very reluctant to say it, but I will tell you this, honey. When I was young, I had cervical cancer. I also had a hydatiformal miscarriage, which is a very rare situation. I was told that I could never conceive or carry full term. And the two people that I had after they told me I couldn't are ages 36 and 38 years old. So miracles do happen. But I just, if I'm reading the signs of the universe is saying to you, this is not in your best interest. So you try one more time, and if it's not picture perfect, you got to promise me you're done. You got to promise me. Okay, Angel, and then you'll go through adoption then, because all kinds of babies want a mama like you, honey. Bet. All kinds of babies want a daddy like your husband. Like all kinds of babies want sisters like your girls. Okay.
Okay.
All right, baby. All right, so. You keep us posted here, okay?
And Angel, I have one question for you. You do not have any children at all, right?
She has 2 children.
I do.
Okay, you have 2 children. Okay, so it's just a matter of having one more.
Yeah, we've been wanting one more for a while, and I think we've been trying, going on about 3 years now. And I can get pregnant. I just couldn't seem to stay pregnant.
Yeah. Okay. How important is your health? Because of what I feel empathically is that yes, miracles can happen, but it might be a very, very tough pregnancy.
My health is important, but I mean, if it's a tough pregnancy, it's only 9 months.
Okay.
You keep us posted, okay, honey?
Thank you, Angel.
All right, I will.
Take care, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So before we take that next call, Duffy, we had something about the subconscious mind, which is your forte, from someone who said, what advice can you give an ex-smoker who is fine until engaging in her previous career of broadcasting?
Oh, her trigger, huh? So going around your trigger is going to cause you to want to smoke. Okay? Because you haven't really given up smoking. In your subconscious, you are a smoker and want to smoke. You are consciously fighting it at all times. So until you get to the point where you go back to when you started and find out what's going on, you are going to have that trigger. So that's pretty much true.
Well, I'm an ex-smoker, Sharon. I started smoking when I was 14 years old. You know, remember in those days we could use our babysitting money to go and get to stop at the drugstore and get cigarettes after we snuck them from the neighbors' parents for a while and got hooked on them. And I've been smoke-free for a number of years now. And I must say to you that, you know, there's always a continuing trigger back. Sometimes I'll be near smokers and I'll just smell it and go, "Bleh, it's awful." And sometimes I will be near smokers and I'll smell it and think, "Oh, that smells good."
Yeah.
And so it's just like being an alcoholic. It's one of those things where you have to stay sober from it, so to speak. And interestingly, Sharon, you know, I got triggered back this past weekend because Billy and I got married over the weekend, and we had a lot of action and activity and a lot of people visiting from out of town, and we had parties and, you know, everything galore. And I just thought to myself, as Becky was doing my hair, I could just go right out on that porch and just have a smoke right now.
Because it's a calming down, and you said previous career of broadcasting. I know a lot of broadcasters that smoke because part of the things that keep them busy is having something in their hand. So a lot of broadcasters smoke. But I would ask you, Sharon, really, is it just the broadcasting that triggers, or is there any other place?
Well, and please don't let it keep you out of broadcasting, because I've heard many good, wonderful things about you, and I know Duffy knows you and your career. So I guess you're just going to have to meditate, and you can download my Not Smoking CD on iTunes and go through your iPhone and listen to that. It's about 22 minutes long.
You can also come in and find out why you
get your trigger figured out, and definitely go back to work, because we feel like broadcasting is perfect for you. So thank you for your question. Phil, you want to transfer the next call? If anybody else wants to call, we are at 602-875-0444. Debbie, you're not doing well. Take a thank you. Take a deep breath, baby. Are you having difficulty? Did you have a problem in your relationship, Debbie?
I did.
Take a deep breath for me, Debbie.
Okay.
You know, you were doing some ups and downs in that relationship. Are you struggling to stay together?
No, not so much anymore.
Were you?
We were struggling to be together. We are no longer together.
Okay, so you're not together. And, you know, I'm not trying to criticize anyone, but I'm going to give you what I read about it. Okay, Deb?
Okay.
Bill?
Yeah.
Emotionally available half-time, emotionally unavailable the other half-time. Lots of mixed messages. Would that be accurate?
Exactly.
When he was emotionally unavailable, he would be defensive and project.
Absolutely.
Was he a drinker?
Yeah.
Because he almost has a personality of an alcoholic. Alcoholics often are defensive and projecting, and it's kind of never their fault. It's always because it's raining, the sun is shining, the car wouldn't start, my dog ate my homework. So I think he didn't maybe take some responsibility. And then he has a few breaks in his aura field, but especially in his abdominal area. What happened in his abdominal or lower back area?
He has a hernia that he's had for quite a while, and he hasn't seen it out before.
Okay, and then if I'm going to use the word fear, and then also there's something down his leg field, knee, foot, ankle, what?
Yeah.
Knee.
You'll have to see the doctor for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's the number 3 around it. Have you been broken up for 3 weeks? What's the 3 around it? Is this the 3rd time you broke up? What's the 3 around it?
times that I wanted to leave it, the time that he did leave.
Okay. So 3 times away, 3 times that you almost, 2 times you almost broke up, and the third was the one that you broke up. You're quiet tonight, honey, and I can't quite hear you.
I've also known him 3 years.
Oh, 3. That's the 3. Okay, that makes sense to me. 3 years. I'm getting 2 names. I'm getting Chris. I'm getting David. Do you know who David is?
I know David, yes.
Who is he? Friend of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Who's Chris?
Chris is my cousin.
Okay. All right. So I'm in the energy field. You're making choices to move on.
Yes.
And these are hard choices for you to make because I believe there was some soulmate-ish energy between you. You had a glimpse of what it would feel like to be in a relationship that served you.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I think the inability for him to communicate and the inability for him to be open enough to be intimate was too much for the relationship to hold it together. And I want you to know that I'm really proud of you that you're moving forward, because I think you have had toxic relationships in the past and that you've hung on to them too long, and that in you moving forward you're valuing yourself and that your soul is growing and advancing through it. And I do see someone else coming into your life. I do not think that will happen for the rest of this year, but I do think it will happen at the beginning of next year. I do think you learned a lot from this, and I do believe that you will hear from him around October-ish, where there will be some decisions that you will have to make.
Okay. We're still friends, believe it or not.
Okay. Well, he may in October talk about making it more than friends again then, honey, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Because of the situation, I've really considered a major change in my life.
You mean like moving?
And I'm not sure.
Like moving?
Yeah.
Like, are you moving?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely considering it, and I'm scared.
Well,
That's normal.
I think that moving in the state of space where you're feeling like you are moving away from something rather than to something is a bit concerning, and I would wait to make that decision till after the first of the year. The first of the year feels like the energy for movement is there, unless you have a golden opportunity that dropped in your lap from the universe. And would you move down towards Ithaca?
Move out of state. You have to remember.
What's funny was I was actually sitting by the water the other day, and I said, you know, if I make this move, I feel like I'm moving towards something instead of running away from it this time. And maybe I really am running away from it.
Are you moving? Is there an opportunity where you're going to move?
No, it's kind of just a fresh start. I have friends that live down in this state, and I will have an opportunity to visit it and see if I like it there before I move. Mm-hmm.
Are we in the south? Are we in the southeast?
Yes.
Would you be closer to water?
Yes, absolutely.
Because the reason I thought you were moving towards Ithaca is because I saw water around it. And I know that you're, and actually that, you know, I know that you live near Ithaca now. So, would you then be moving? Okay, then would you be moving? Am I in one of the Carolinas, or where am I? Florida? Where am I?
We're in Florida. Carolinas were discussed, but Florida would be nice.
Okay, so because I couldn't tell whether I was seeing Carolinas or Florida for you. Where in Florida, please?
It was down around the Daytona area.
Oh, Daytona's not bad. Okay. The reason I'm reluctant is because I just want you to make sure that you're not doing something that is because of running away from anything. I realize that you've had a lot of crap thrown at you and all of that stuff. I do think being near water is good for you. And I do think that there's some movement in this relationship. Is it October that you're planning on moving?
Yeah, that would be when I would be down. That would be when I'm actually visiting Florida.
Because remember, I said it felt like he was going to come back in October. So he may be, because you're friends, he's going to say something to you in October about this relationship. Okay. So there's something in October with that. Do you have any idea who Brian or Ryan is? Brian or Ryan?
I have a brother-in-law, Brian, and I have a friend, Ryan.
Okay. All right. And Deb, I want you to do what you feel is right, but I still see that after the first of the year, it's better energy for you to make any shifts or changes. So if you're going to go down in October and take a look there, that's fine. Try not to make any drastic moves to actually move down there until after the first of the year. There's something around October where you and Bill are going to be talking about the relationship, and he may want to come back in. I don't want you to have that relationship come back to you in the way that it once was. There would have to be a lot of changes around that, okay? All right, I'm also getting the name definitely. Ron or Don, Donald, Ronald, who is that? Don, Ron, Don, Ronald, Donald.
Hey, Ron, Don, no.
Okay, I think it's a Dawn. I think it's a Donna, a Dawn, a D-A-W-N, or a Don, D-O-N. So.
It would be a D-A-W-N.
Who is?
That would be his ex. He's
Bill's ex, correct? Okay, so because I'm picking up on that, I think that would be a clue for you from Spirit to take a look at what those patterns are for Bill on that, okay? Especially, it feels like around October 13th or 14th. But if you moved near water would be fine for you, but I just don't feel the time is right until after January. I would still give myself 6 months to try to sort my head out before I did anything drastic, Deb, okay?
Okay.
All right, honey. You're welcome, honey. And you know what, honey? This too shall pass. You know, your son's right in your energy field. He's telling me to tell you that he loves you, and Sean is telling me to tell you that he's right with you and not for you not to worry, okay? All right?
It feels so alone right now.
You're not alone, okay? There's Oscar. Your son's going, Oscar. Oscar, can you?
It's my dog.
Okay, well, you're not alone because you got Oscar. Okay, all right.
It was his best friend, and Oscar has been so active lately, and I've got pictures down at the lake this weekend, and oh my God, thank you.
Okay, all right. So don't tell yourself you're alone, darling. You've got lots of love. And those of us in Arizona support you, but we just don't want you to move too quickly because you've been through a lot. You just had some health stuff this year. You know, too much stress, no bueno, girl, okay?
And so even if you go down in October.
I was worried about if it was making a drastic change and it was doing it too soon.
Yeah. Let's wait till after January. Go down and visit. And see what that feels like. You know, Daytona can be a party town. There's, I mean.
Well, it's actually in the outskirts. It's like 30 minutes away, so it's kind of like quiet just out that way.
Oh, okay. Because those mad long-haired bikers that run around the world, are in Daytona. I'll leave names out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, honey.
That's kind of a good thing for me then.
All right. So, did you get a new tattoo?
I ain't even thinking about it.
Oh, because I'm being told new tattoo. Your kid just said to me, new tattoo. Okay, what are you getting a tattoo of?
Oh my God. Well, Sean's birthday this year, a dragonfly was actually in the house, and I was at Bill, and I was sitting there, and he said, "Oh my God, there's a dragonfly on you," and he has no idea what the dragonfly means to me. And I saw it, and I took a picture of it, and over the weekend, we were at the park with the dog, and this bright blue dragonfly landed on Oscar. And I looked down and I took a picture of it and I said, "There's the dragonfly," and it's bright blue, and I took a picture of it.
when we were getting ready to leave, the dragonfly came back, landed on Oscar as we were getting him in the car. And I just thought, that's it. That's my next tattoo.
Well, there you go. Get a tattoo instead of move right now, Deb, okay? All right. All right, darling. We'll talk to you next time we do read. You're welcome, honey. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
So one of the things, too, I want to do kind of a pre-announcement because I don't know if you have told your audience that you have a new book.
Our audience. Our audience.
Okay, but Melinda has a book that's getting ready to be published. Will be coming out soon, and it's about karmic profiling. So as you're talking to Deb, I was thinking about, I wonder what her father was, the karmic profiling that has her allowing Bill to come back so many times.
Okay. So that was really awesome because Duff, you became my co-hostess, and we've talked to Deb about her family of origin, and she did have difficulty with her family of origin, and her father recently passed away, and her sister didn't even let her know. So there is something in the karmic profile. So good connection on that. Absolutely, it's in her karmic profile.
And so the book is going to be come out. It's wonderful. Hopefully, it'll be out in November. So
thanks,
it's great.
Duff's editing. I'm thinking she's editing a little bit.
Just going to.
Anyway,
putting calmness in,
correcting my words, taking the bad words out.
But also going back to Deb. If Deb, you're still listening. Part of it is that you've gone through a lot of loss, and whether it's a relationship or not, it's loss. And psychologically, the worst thing you can do is move quickly after a loss. Because you tend to make the wrong moves. You need to take that time.
And then you're stuck.
And
we've all done it. Haven't you done it? I've done it. Oh my God, I've made the wrong move more than once.
Yeah.
And, so some of it isn't psychic. Some of it's the wisdom of being older.
And realizing that there are certain aspects to breaking up. And when I talk to people that, I go through this whole period of saying, okay, I'm really tired of things. I want to run away. The problem is I'm still with me.
That's true.
So, you bring all the stuff along with you, and you think that you're getting away, but you don't, because part of what is going on is that soul aspect, that unconscious aspect that you can't take care of. So,
Deb, that was the best line ever for you. Part of me wants to go away, but when I get there, I know I'm still with me. So that was the best line ever for you, Deb. So pay attention to that one. Thanks, Deb. Do we have another caller? You want to transfer?
And for those calling, it's 602-875-0444. So after this call is over, we'll have a line open.
Very good. What am I doing, Bill? Hello.
Good evening, Duffy. Good evening, Melinda. How are you?
Good, Jane. How are you,
Hi,
sweet
Jane.
girl?
How you doing?
I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, girlfriend? How's your garden?
Oh my goodness, that's been gone for months. Either the rodents or the heat.
Oh, so you're gonna start one in the fall. How does it work? You start another one in the fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's up for grabs. Potentially, if I get a better enclosure, then yeah. Otherwise, it's just kind of a frustrating experience to see, bell peppers growing, and then after 3 days, it's just nothing but a branch.
Yeah.
So we've had such unusual heat this year that it's making it tough on everybody.
Yeah.
New
job is what I'm hearing. Your husband's new job. How's he doing with that?
Oh, excellent question. He is, I guess, like with everything, good and bad.
Feels like he's struggling a little bit, darling.
Yeah, he is. He is. A lot of health things seem to be arising right now. Maybe they were there. I don't know.
And I think he's afraid of the job.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what to do because that's kind of like all he knows. That and our business that we had, which he can't do anymore. So he feels like this is the only thing he can do. And so he feels trapped. And really nowhere to go. Every driving job is going to have something. So he exchanged long hours and away from home for something that has less hours and brings him home, except for these next few weeks. But, that has a lot of stress attached with it. And because now he doesn't have the hours, which he had the hours making a lot of money because he was working 80 hours a week, and now he has sometimes 24 hours, sometimes 40 hours, sometimes more hours.
Yeah, he's really struggling. And there's something about food. Food. I'm getting the word food.
Okay.
Is he a stress eater? Is he on a diet?
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
He's a stress eater?
He's very much a stressor.
Okay. Because I'm getting food. I think that's his coping mechanism, which I can certainly sympathize with. There's something with a 5 around it, Jane. Do you guys have a 5-year goal? Something with a number 5 around it, a 5-year goal on it? Like he's got to work for 5 more years and then you're going to run off in an RV or something?
Yes, I was trying to make it 5 years. Went from 10 down to 8, and then he lost his job because right at the 8, I was like, okay, maybe just 5 more years.
Is his name Mark? Is his name Mark?
Yes.
Mark. So I'm getting 5 years. So I think, if he can hang in there for 5 years, I think you can do what you want to do. And so is he looking to pick up something part-time? I'm getting the word part-time. Or is that you? Are you looking for something part-time? Like in addition to what he's doing, you know what I mean? Like there's something else. It looks like you guys are doing something else or adding something to it.
No part-time. There's really no hours for him to work part-time doing anything because he's in such flux with this new job.
Well, it may be you. Are you going to do something part-time, sweetheart? You know what I'd like you to. You know what I'd like you to do. You know what I'd like you to do, don't you?
Excuse me?
You know what I would like you to do, don't you?
What would you like me to do?
I would like you to get your little butt out and do some healing arts work. Do some readings with your cards.
Because I would love to do that, but did you not pick up my car is no longer alive and well?
Your car is dead. No, I did not pick up that your car was dead. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Can your car become alive again, or is it dead as a doornail?
It could become alive. It just would take more funds than I'm willing to put into it, and so we're basically downsizing in vehicles. So that's kind of another thing that's...
But Jane, couldn't you do something on the internet, computer-wise, that would be able to give you, so that you could do some readings and that kind of thing?
Probably so. I haven't really explored that because I guess I just have that block about WORK.
Yeah, I know you do, but I see something part-time, and I think you could do something computer-wise and pick up a few clients a week. I honestly think you could if you started putting it out there and started doing some angel card readings or some things like that, because I think you've always had that talent. You've just never given yourself the ability to do that, okay?
You can even Skype.
I think I said angel card reading. Did you hear about a famous person who does decks of angels?
No.
Oh, I guess that's a story for later. At any rate, there's kind of a whole thing going on right now with that.
I don't pay any attention to people in my business. You know that, sweetheart. Who's John? except for
angel card reading, so
JVP.
Doing, excuse me?
I said, except for JVP, I pay attention to no one else.
Yeah, I know. Isn't he so sweet?
Yeah.
And then, and by the way, I do miss that the 4 Pillars of Abundance that I was going to be going to is no longer. So
yeah, what happened is one of our pillars decided that she had to shift out, and we didn't want to do it without her. So we decided it's not really canceled, it's just postponed. We're going to do it next year, but one of our pillars couldn't make it. And so I didn't want to try to just put a pillar in. That wasn't fair to what the original concept was. So that's why we made those choices.
And pillars are so hard to find.
Pillars are hard to find. and so that's why, honey.
I had it saved, and then I went to it, and it was gone.
Yeah, that's why, honey. And so instead, I decided to go to Los Angeles. So all my LA people are writing today excitedly that I'm coming for the weekend. So that's that. Who's John, honey? Who's John? John.
I have a brother-in-law, John.
Mark's brother?
No, my sister's husband.
Your sister's husband. Has he had some health issues, darling?
Not that I've heard of lately.
Actually,
yes, in the past.
it feels like it may be injury orientated. Is he ever injured, like something, and then has arthritis that set in? It feels like he's achy to me.
I'll have to ask her. He's on the East Coast, so I don't. Well, I guess the weather's warm now. But he could have. He was in construction before that, so I'm quite sure he has plenty of injuries like
I feel something in his hip or in his knee, so just to let you know. You know what, Jane, I really think that you're going to have to get over that 4-letter word of yours and maybe do something part-time. That's what I think.
She has a 4-letter word?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not my 4-letter word, as you
no,
know.
it's her, I know.
But it's her 4-letter word. So I think you're going to have to do something part-time, girl. I regardless of what famous angel person, they now are decided not doing angel readings or whatever, however. I know they were attacking the Long Island medium a while back in the media. So, and she's a very nice lady, by the way, and gives money to charity and whatever. So, anybody in this business, we're all subject to have, this isn't an exact science, and they call it hot reading and cold reading, and when you're standing in front of the audience and who's the guy that has this, and oh no, it's the person behind you. Well, hell's bells, you got 1,500 people sitting in front of you and another 1,500 dead guys behind you. You can make a few mistakes, give her a break, But anyway, so that's what I think. I think you got to work part-time, girlfriend.
I also, on my part,
all right, we'll put that after. I fell today, so I will put that on the burner for looking forward.
Okay, good. Duffy has something for you.
Jane, also, you need to sit down and talk with Mark. You got to communicate with Mark about his feeling trapped. You got to help him figure out that he is not trapped, and what he can do with what is the new job, how to be able to make it something that will be a type of work that he can either semi enjoy or do, because that feeling of trapped is only going to cause more and more problems. It's going to cause health problems with him.
Yes, I agree. Well, so for instance, he's on this new job now. He's going in between Salt Lake City and Nevada, and he's staying at a Motel 6. So there's 2 of them bunking together. They have no room. There's no refrigerator. He can't buy food to have for his lunch in his truck, which he's 10 hours in his truck.
That's right.
So it's like all of that kind of stuff. His truck doesn't fit an ice chest. So he's very frustrated because he can't keep food. He can't take food with him.
Yeah. That's why he's getting sick, sweetie.
What's that?
That's why he is getting sick.
Well, actually, that's why I picked up on the word. That's why I picked up on the word food, because it's frustrating for him. The food thing is frustrating for him. How old is Mark?
He's 55 this year.
Oh, he's still a kid.
He's a baby. Yeah.
No, he's like in a 90-year-old body.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. No, we know. We're just joking with you. I know you guys are between a rock and a hard place, but I think he might need to look for another job altogether.
Yeah, What type of what area? May I ask what area you live in?
We're in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's a number of types of things where you do driving, but it's not long distance. It might be just deliveries. So.
Well, he can't see. That's another thing. He can't do lifting anymore or anything. So what the companies he goes for is basically no touch free. And those are kind of not a specialty so much, but a lot of companies expect you, to pick up boxes, do pallets, go in and out, get in and out of the truck. Yeah. that type of stuff. When you're saying delivery, right now he's just basically backing up and either putting stuff, people are offloading it, or he's just literally dumping it. But hoping a student dumps out.
There's also a number of different types of courier jobs where you deliver things that aren't heavy too. So it's a matter of looking around and finding the right one.
So we're going to take our next caller, Jane, but I've got one thing to leave with you that came to me psychically. The word chicken. Take it as you will, and I will talk to you next time, okay?
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, honey. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Bye. Who's next here? Okay, let's get a phone call in from Cheryl.
And by the way, for those that didn't see anything of the wedding, it was lovely. You look so beautiful, and it was so much fun.
Okay, do I have it? Hello, this is Melinda.
Hello, Melinda.
And Duffy.
This is Cheryl. How are you?
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to congratulate you before I forget.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How are you? How's everything?
Well, we're all excited. We're going on vacation tomorrow, Cheryl. So it's
nice.
It's good. We're good. Cheryl, who is it around you that's had some trouble with their stomach or their intestines or their colon? I'm getting something in my tummy.
Nobody that I know of.
I think it's somebody that's on the other side, sweetheart, that may have had some trouble. That's on the other side. That's telling me.
Well, my father had diverticulitis.
Oh, thank you. Okay, all right. Because I'm seeing somebody from the other side that's kind of holding his stomach and telling me to tell you that he's feeling better. Okay. And then also to say that he's sorry to you. Did you have some issues with your dad, darling?
No, we were very close, actually.
Okay, well, he's saying he's sorry to you, so he must be sorry for a reason. Are you struggling with something right now that he's sorry that he can't help you with? Are you worried about something?
Possibly, financially a little bit.
Okay,
because
he's telling me he's sorry, and it feels like he's sorry about something, and then he says because he can't help you. So there may be something that he feels like if he were here he could do that he can't do there. You know what I mean? And who is Michael? Michael
is my son.
Oh, very good. Okay, and your son Michael is sweet pea, yeah?
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
For what it is.
For a kid. he's got a little, he may have a little bit of an ADD or something. Feels like he may have a little something like that.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He does.
All right. And then there's something with a move around you, Cheryl. Is somebody moving? And what's the East Coast? Do you know what the New Jersey, Pennsylvania energy is?
I live in Pennsylvania, but I am from New Jersey.
Well, there you go. Okay, now tell me who's moving.
Nobody that I know of. We were talking about moving back to New Jersey.
Okay, then your father's just overhearing your conversations. That's all, sweetheart. Okay. All right. Okay. You have another child too, yes?
Oh, yeah, I have actually 4.
Okay, and there's more boys, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 3 boys, 1 girl.
Okay, all right. And who is around, 18, 19? Don't tell me.
That would be Michael.
That's Michael. Oh, my God. Okay.
Michael, no, actually, I got to think. They're getting older so fast. Steven's 22 and Michael's 21.
Okay.
Just turned 21.
Okay.
So.
All right. Who wears a baseball cap all the time?
Michael.
I'm sorry, I can't get away from Michael, darling. Michael takes a lot of energy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a lot of energy. He's forever moving.
He is indeed. Okay. And who is Richard, Rick, Dick, Richard?
I have
Uncle Dick. Who's on the other side.
Oh, hello.
My father's brother.
Oh, your father's got his brother with him. Hello from both of them. They're both happy, okay? They both love to see the boys. They like to be with all the kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Cheryl, you're a very nice girl. Who's drawn to music? Don't tell me Michael. You're probably going to tell me Michael. Who's drawn to music?
As in my children or myself? I mean, I am, but my daughter, Lauren, she's 11. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in love with Lauren when I tap into her energy field. Send her to me. I'm in love with that child when I tap into her energy field.
She's my little angel.
Oh my God, is she an angel? Holy mackerel. Boy, did she come in to save your ass with those boys. I'll tell you what. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She's got some natural talent, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Towards music?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, she's got some natural talent towards music, okay? All right.
Great. We were just talking about that because she's starting school soon and she doesn't want to do chorus this year. And I said, you need to do something because I want you to excel in something that you like, which is usually singing and also instrument playing.
Guitar? Is it string? Is it guitar?
Yeah.
Because
Actually, Santa had bought her a guitar, an electric guitar, and she didn't take any lessons since last year yet with the guitar because she was playing the clarinet in school. But she wants to give up the clarinet and take guitar lessons. I'm
going to say yes, Mama, let her do that because I actually see the guitar. And I think this kid has talent to write music. I don't think it's just limited to voice and instrument. I think she'll end up being able to write too.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Okay,
that
all
would
right.
be wonderful.
Okay, I'm seeing the oddest thing. I'm hearing the oddest thing. Kite. K-I-T-E, you know, like the one that goes in the wind. Is there anybody named Benjamin in your life or Franklin? No. Does somebody say go fly a kite, or do the kids play with kites, or why am I getting that? Do you know, darling? Oh, that's hilarious.
That I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Well, you'll have to see where that comes up and then call us and let us know. Maybe it's around Lauren. Maybe the kids in her school are starting to, I don't know, do kids fly kites these days? I don't know. I'm too old to know that.
Maybe. I haven't in years. So.
Okay. Well, let's just see how that comes up, because that was interesting. Now, I rattled on. Let us know what your question is, because I'm obviously in your energy field. So tell us what your question is tonight, Cheryl.
That's okay. It was based upon, I guess, it's funny because we always talk about my father. Oh, if my dad was here, he would help me out with the situation and this and that. So I just want to know if there's anything to tell me about what type of path I should take, or financially, if anything's going to get a little better, easier on me, that kind of.
Now, who's Joseph? Who's Joseph? Joseph
is my ex-husband. He passed away.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, honey. I'm trying to answer your question, but I got too many dead people trying to talk to you. All right. So,
that's okay.
okay. All right. Let me try to center into your question and tell your uncle and father and ex-husband. Oh, is he the father of your children, Joe?
No, I don't have any children with him. I didn't have any. We were very young.
Okay. But is he drawn to one of your kids?
I don't know. I mean, I was like early 20s. So,
okay. All right.
And
are you near Philadelphia? Are you near Philly?
My one son was closer to Philly.
Okay, because I'm seeing Philadelphia. Okay.
I'm more like the Poconos.
Oh,
yeah,
you're in the. Oh my God! Can we please come visit you in the summer next year? You could put together. You could put together a seminar.
Yes,
I could look at the leaves change. I could talk to lots of dead people, and we would have a good time. Okay. All right.
That would be great for me.
Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. So let's see. What do you do for work, honey?
I'm a stay-at-home mom with my daughter, with Lauren, but I was thinking about doing something at home, from running it from the computer, or I'm not sure. And I'm going back and forth from like just selling jewelry on the side or clothing, or I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but I feel that I want to do something.
I think you should take a course in medical billing. I think you should do something with medical billing.
Yep.
Okay. That was a thought.
I got nurse, healing arts, medical billing before you started talking. I think jewelry's great, but I think that's a fringe extra money kind of a deal rather than a substantial kind of a deal. And you're pretty you're pretty quick, aren't you?
Good with the computer.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's the dark-haired woman with blue or light eyes?
Nobody that I could think of.
Is it your grandmother?
Dark hair and light eyes. Well, I didn't know my grandparents too well. I was like 6 or 7 when
She's
they
got
died,
dark
so.
hair. She kind of looks Elizabeth Taylor-ish.
Elizabeth Taylor.
I don't know. I channeled Marilyn Monroe over the weekend at my wedding. Maybe I'm getting Elizabeth Taylor. But anyway,
is it somebody supposed to be living?
No, I think it's somebody on the other side, and she kind of looks Liz Taylor-ish. You have to think about it, okay? Maybe she's she's just a guardian or a guide to you. But listen, I think that doing something with medical billing is a really good way to stay home and make some real decent money. That's one. The second thing Spirit is saying is airline. So what you might want to do is see if you, because oftentimes airlines will hire somebody to work from home to do some of that kind of thing, especially Alaska Airlines. So I'm getting airlines. So look at those two things, okay, love?
Okay.
All right? And thank you for calling. What's Stephen doing in Philadelphia?
He is working in a restaurant as of now, chef. Not a big time chef, but a side cook.
Does he want to do cooking?
I'm not sure. I keep pushing him to go back to school and do something with like HVAC or something, a little welding. He wanted to become a welder, but he pushes school off, and I'm trying to get him back to go. All
right, he needs to make a shift, and Bill is telling us to wind you up because he's got another caller. So we will bid you adieu. Tell us who Elizabeth Taylor is, okay? See you later, honey.
I will. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Who is Elizabeth Taylor? Okay.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Lots of them.
Lucy, how are ya? Are you there, Lucy?
Hello?
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, is this Melinda?
Yes, how are you? It's Melinda and Duffy.
Hi.
Hi, Duffy. Hi, Melinda. I was in the other room, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we've been talking, you and I, the last several years, about Mom with her Alzheimer's, and she passed 6 weeks ago.
Congratulations. Happy heavenly birthday, Mom. Thank you for leaving. Holy cow. Love it, Mom. Let's see if I can tap into her and see how she's doing, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious, Lucy. What a blessing for her when she finally got out. She had a lot of people that greeted her. She's still kind of regrouping her energy because she was sick for a long time.
Yes, she was.
But it feels like she's just really regrouping her energy right now. I'm seeing roses. Can you tell me why I'm seeing roses?
Well, the spray that we put on the casket was roses.
Oh, she loved that. She was able to have the cognition to see that. Okay, so she loved that. I'm being told to tell you that she, at some level, knew that you were with her. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's a very simple name, Mary or Marie.
Oh, Marie, that's her caretaker.
Okay.
Where she was living in the house.
She wants to give gratitude, so much gratitude to her caretaker. And there were things that Marie did for her that she couldn't verbalize because she was stuck, And she's showing me like that she was almost fetal, like she was all curled up. Yeah.
Yes.
And so what she's doing is she's stretching like this, and she's feeling really good, and she's combing her hair. She likes to comb her hair now, because apparently somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she got hair now, Luce. Okay, because she's showing me that she's combing her hair and she feels good about combing her hair. Okay, all right.
Okay.
And then you have a brother. She has a son.
Well, this is really why I called. I mean, I wanted definitely to connect with her. She has 7 children. I'm one of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time that she was sick, she saw mostly me and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got five sons.
Mm-hmm.
And now with her passing, I need to try and contact my brother that I tried to contact when my father passed, and he just does not respond. And so I'm wondering if he's even on the planet anymore.
What is his name, please?
Anthony.
I don't think it's. Anthony's off the planet, Lucy.
Really?
I think that I can't find him. I think he's over there. I think that's why she said son to you, okay? What are your other brothers' names, please?
John, then Anthony, Carmine, Paul, and Joe.
Okay, now Joe I have written here, and you know me, so I'm not even going to turn the paper around, okay? But I have Joe written here. Was Joe instrumental in helping you?
No, Joe is currently just talked to my brother today. He's in a drunken stupor and hasn't come out of his room in a week, and his daughter is concerned that he's going to drink himself to death.
I agree with his daughters because I'm getting here's what I'm afraid of, Luce. I'm afraid I'm getting a brother on the other side, but I got the name Joe. I didn't get the name Anthony. I got the name Joe. So I think I'm getting your brothers mixed up a little bit, and that maybe Joe is heading out to the other side, okay? But I can't find Anthony. The last time you knew where he was he in Northwest? Was he in the Northwest?
The last thing we knew him was in Florida.
In Florida. Okay, I don't see him there. And but I do get Joe by name, okay? I do get Joe by name, all right? And what's your daddy's name?
Carmine.
Who is Francis? Frank.
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 Well, no. Mom is Josephine Francis, I believe.
Oh, thank you. Okay, then that's how she gave me her name, honey. She gave me her middle name because Joe I got for your brother. I know one of your brothers is going over. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Joe, but I don't see Anthony. I get something Northwest around it. So, yeah. Anthony has a mental illness, correct?
We don't know. He is estranged from us, let's see, about 35 years ago.
Okay.
He got out of the service and moved to Florida and married and then disconnected.
Yeah, he feels like he's got some issues like Joe. Let me put it to you that way, okay? So I want you to know, honey, that I see you, Bill. Bill's giving me the high sign. I want you to know, honey, that I will absolutely put Josephine Francis in my energy and my prayers tomorrow, but she's fine. I do think that you have some issues coming with your brother Joe. I do not see Anthony in Florida. I did get something Northwest, interestingly. Is there anyone else in your family that's in the Northwest and I'm in San Francisco or Washington or Portland?
No. My son is in the Sacramento area, but...
Oh, that's Northwest. Okay, all right. Then I'm only seeing your son, honey. I'm not seeing Anthony at all. So I'm sorry I can't find him for you tonight, but I do get the name Joe, and I do get some issues with him on the other side. And Mom is showing me the roses and gave me her caretaker's name and her middle name, so she's safe. And I know this sounds terrible when you've lost your parent, but I'm so happy for you.
Oh, I am so happy for her.
Yeah. Because it's great for everybody, okay? And you take care, Lucy, and we will talk to you next time we do a night of readings, okay? Have a good night.
Thanks, Melinda. Thanks, Stephanie.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good night.
So far, especially with, you went through this with Alzheimer's. I've had a number of friends go and lose family to Alzheimer's, and so glad when they go over, but it's still very, very hard for the caretakers.
Well, of course, and I mean, it's not that we want to lose our parents, but we lose them bit by bit, and by that time they're already gone anyway. So, well, that went by fast that hour, and fun to do some readings. We haven't done that in a long time.
I know.
And then you and I, while we're away, Duffy's going on our honeymoon.
Yes.
Duffy and Pat are going on our honeymoon with us.
She needs help.
To be perfectly honest with you, we planned the trip a long time ago, and then when Billy and I talked about getting married, I said, well, hey, I can clear my schedule for that Saturday, the 19th. Let's go then, and then we can go on our trip.
Because we celebrate.
So we'll cook up some shows for you, and I think we're going to try to see if my daughter will let Elliot come on and talk to us, because Elliot's a crystal child, and he's 8. Could be very interesting. So thanks for joining us tonight. Duffy, how do people get a hold of you?
People get a hold of me by calling 602-910-0215, and I do a lot of regression therapy, and it's wonderful. Thank you.
Have a good night. Sasha got home. I don't want to give you my nickname for that little monster, and it's not Little Monster.
No, and
but
I know
she is home, and thank you for calling. Good night.
Good night.